Greetings everybody, hope the day is treating you all well as normal. So yet again we're in the bus, and yeah, all the problems for anybody that watched the stream yesterday, and all the problems that I had, I seem to have been able to get around by using not the beta version 1.10 but the previous public release 1.9. And yeah, it was things like lighting wasn't working, and I don't know, the buttons weren't working, and the I don't know, just lots of little niggly bits. But again, it is a 1.10 beta release. The beta 1.9 was working fine, and now the 1.9 is public, and I've had a quick test of it, and it seems to be working fine. So what we're going to try and do today is use Tobii Eye Tracker. Again, for those of you that watched the stream later on in the day yesterday, thanks very much for that. As I said, I seem to get quite a few people looking at the stream after I've actually streamed it. Yeah, I was saying that Tobii Eye Tracker wasn't working, and that was one of the things that I would like to see. Well, yeah, that was my fault. Because I've got two 55-inch screens, my left one is for train simulator, tram simulator and flight sim, because all the controls are over on the left. The right hand monitor is for truck simulator and bus simulator. I didn't do a calibration on it, so it was all my own fault. So Tobii Eye Tracker does work right out of the box. I'm going to say it's not as good as TrackIR. Really, because you can only turn your head so far round, but it does give me the chance to look at the wing mirrors, which was the big thing that I was not moaning about, but it was my criticism yesterday about if you zoom all the way out, you can see the wing mirrors, but then you can't read the gauges. So hopefully all that is working today. I was trying it with TrackIR, which I have to say takes a lot of beating. Even although you've got you know, that clip-on infrared lights on your head, even though you have that, I have to say that TrackIR does take a lot of beating. You know, Tobii IR comes close, or sorry, Tobii Eye Tracker comes close, but you can't move in and out. You know, which, you know what, I'm going to give it a go today anyway and see how it goes. If I find myself not working really well with Tobii Eye Tracker, then I will go back to TrackIR. Okay, so enough of my mumblings. Again, for those of you that have not seen the bus, and many of you haven't, which again, if you're not really into bus simulations, then you probably have never heard of this, but it's only got one map, and it's in Berlin. Today we're going to use, there's three buses. There's the citywide LF 12 meter 3-door. Then there's the Man Lion City, which I haven't driven yet. It's a double-decker, because I don't know. You have to actually set up your controls for each of the buses independently. And then you've got the citywide 18 meter. I might go back to that one of these days. It was actually my favourite bus for a long time, because instead of having a 12 metre bus, you basically got two 9 metre buses, which, you know, if you think of it that way, it's easier to get around the corners, to be honest. But I don't know. I don't know how true that is, but, you know, they drive these 18 metre buses on this route, so they must be able to do it. But as I said, for today we're going to use the citywide 12 metre. Realistic control mode is normal, and as you can see, yeah, I'm going to do an early mornings route. What have we got? October 24th, Tour 8. I'm not even looking up the top here. I'm not even really looking at all this. We could start at the depot, but that actually gives us quite a long run to get to the first bus stop where we pick up the passengers. Not really wanting to do that at the moment. Again, this is more a proof of concept. So here we go, 24th October. I wonder if I can do it earlier in the morning. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Probably have less passengers and less traffic. Yeah, let's do the 4th. Yeah, 4:40. I think we're good for that. Dynamic weather. Let's get going. Let's see how this works. Let's see how it works out. I'm optimistic because I was having a wee try just before I started, and everything seemed to work. So I'll apologise for the jittery mouse movement here till we get on the bus. One thing I will do is actually adjust my mouse settings, so it's there you go, ignition key in, start the engine. Alright, right, so far so good, and the Tobii Eye Tracker does seem to be working. But again, it's smooth. But as I said, there's how far around. Oh, in fact, that's not too bad. actually. That's not too bad, but I'm almost twisting my head all the way around. Yeah, now I can't see the screen, so... anyway, let's get logged in. What's our route number? 29402. Can't even read. 79402. Okay, and let's get the lights on. There we go. And I might as well just sit here and see if anybody wants to pay for a ticket. Yep, there we go. €5. Let's give them the change first. 120, single ticket to the EBC zone. Okay. Single to the AB. Okay, $7 change. There we go. Okay, so far so good. Alright, so what happens now, which wasn't happening in the beta, if you see the lights, when I shut the door, the light should go off. And if it doesn't go off, it means I've got the buttons setting correct, but at least the buttons are working now. Let me, there we go. I think that's the correct one. Yeah, okay. Rear doors are shut, so let's get going actually. Let's get going. I need to look up a little bit more. There we go. And again, this is a proof of concept more than anything. Handbrake off, forward gear, let's get going. And see, now I can look right a wee bit and left and see the wing mirrors. Woo! And also fly around corners. At least it's not raining. It was raining earlier on when I was testing this. Do I have the lights on? No, I don't. Didn't have the lights on. Okay. So hopefully now I don't need to use buttons to keep changing the viewpoint. I can just lift my head up a wee bit and look. So we're in a 30. Okay. And that stuttering that you see in the tunnel, that's something that they're working on in the 1.10 release. But again, I couldn't get the buttons to work properly, so that's why I'm back to the version 1.9. But yeah, it's so far so good. I got 3 minutes to get to the bus stop, which is round the corner. And I know this part of the route because this was part of the basic route when it came out. Gosh, what was it? Was it over a year ago now, I think? Or about a year ago? I can't quite remember. But yeah, one thing that I found myself doing, again because you don't have any sense of depth on here, is I was finding myself tailgating. Which really is not how I drive in real life, trust me on that one. But yeah, so if you have a look down on the dash just while we're waiting, you've got those red lights. So the top left one, that's the one that controls the door light. And I couldn't get the buttons to work on that in version 1.10 beta. Could not get them to work. And even if I set it manually and opened the door, it still wasn't working. And what that really means is that you can't see the change machine. Because if you look down there now, it's all, except for the lights coming along, you know, it's all black, so couldn't even see the change machine to give change back. Alright, so I've got no excuse now for not trying to stick to the speed limit because I've zoomed in a wee bit. Or this is the normal view actually. This is the normal view. And yeah, I got to stop saying yeah every time that lady announces we were stopping. It's not like I can understand what she's saying, but I know she's announcing the next stop. So maybe now, rather than keeping looking down at buttons, I can actually keep my eyes open for the speed limits. So we're on a private road, yeah, not that means anything. The AI traffic normally hurtles through there during the day. And but one thing, let's say, you can maybe see is that the night lighting from the bus isn't that good. I don't think it's that good. It's definitely not Euro Truck Simulator standard. And you know what, if I match this guy on the left speed-wise, I should be doing the speed limit. Don't like to speed, you know, it's not what I plan to do on this. But I do think with Tobii Eye Tracker, they've done it subtly. It's built in so you can't really change anything, there's no settings on it, or none that I could find. And the bus stop's just round the corner. What have we got? Wow. Bus stop and I'm actually on time. Okay. And it looks like the settings for my brakes have changed a little bit, so... Okay, front door, back door. Hopefully no one will actually want to pay for a ticket. Oh, there we go. You can tell the way they actually walk towards you what they want. But I'm really enjoying this now that I've got tracking. Oh, sorry, Viper. You caught me mid-word there, buddy. I'm using... in fact, let me give this lady a ticket and we'll get talking. I hope you're doing well, mate. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, 2 days in a row now, back in the bus. Single ticket, AB. Right. I think we're good. Front door, back door. Indicate and pull out. Here we go. Yeah, I'm using Tobii Eye Tracker. That wasn't working yesterday, but you know what? It was my fault. Because I use multiple screens, you have to calibrate each screen independently, and I didn't actually realise that. So we're in a 50 here. I need to pick my speed up a wee tad. But I hope the day's treating you well there, Viper. Always a pleasure to see you, mate. So one bus stop and I've still got all my wing mirrors and bumpers, which is really shocking. But yeah, we're just doing part of the old route, and from the airport to Alexanderplatz, if I remember correctly. Goodness knows I've done it enough times. I think I had 100 hours, and I know I'm speeding. I think I had 100 hours in the first week that the bus came out. Surprisingly relaxing when you're not running into things. That's always a bonus. I think, if I remember, I need this lane here. Hey, driving like an expert, if I say so myself. But yeah, you know, it's strange. I've been watching many streamers, and I've been looking on your stream a few times, Viper Strike. I've been doing other things, so do apologise for not saying hello. But a lot of streamers put music on, and I just never got around to it, and I'm not sure if I want music, because when I'm streaming the train simulator, I enjoy listening to the sound of the trains. I don't know, I just, maybe one of these days, because I was listening to v1.9 there a few moments ago and really enjoying his music. Just getting the bus lane. Just getting the bus lane, here we go. So I don't know. I quite like the silence, except when I'm talking, of course. Wow, okay. Oh, pull your shoulders in, okay. Between the truck on the left and the posts on the right. And I figured out that as long as I keep that white line on the corner of the dash of my steering wheel, I should be good to go. As in width-wise. Okay. Yeah, you want a ticket, I know. Have you never heard of autopay, dude? Right. Or electronic payments. There we go. Okay. At least now I can tilt my head a little bit, check my mirror. Well, we're good to go. A little bit late on the indicator, but hey. But yeah, I'm really glad to be back in the bus again, actually. It's, when I started streaming all those months ago, wow. April last year, I think. Yeah, the bus was the one that I jumped into. And you can probably hear all that coughing and spluttering and cell phones going off. I don't remember hearing that in previous beta versions, but the last time I streamed I think we were up to 1.3, and at the moment we're streaming 1.9 public release version, so... Alrighty. Make sure he turns right. Excellent. fact, you know, there's cars in front. There we go. Let's get around these guys. But it was the buttons issue that was stopping me from doing any night journeys. And you know, I was looking on the forums, and somebody says, "Hey, go back to the previous. Go back to the previous. Oh, skid. Go back to the previous public release," and that's exactly what I did. And now all my buttons are working again. So I'm rather pleased about that. It's like any simulator, isn't it? You want it to work properly, and I don't mean, you know, everything 100% accurate. I just mean, you know, when you press a button, you want it to work. You want the button to do what you programmed it to do. You want the steering wheel to steer. You know, just the basics as such. You know, aircraft to fly. But yeah, now I'm able to get, and I know I need to turn left up here. I remember that much. It's funny how you remember the old routes. Don't tailgate, Seamus, don't tailgate. Oh, right. Especially when there's a policeman in front of you. But, you know, again, I said it when I started the stream there, I see a lot of people watching these streams on Twitch after I've actually finished streaming them, so I just want to give a big thank you to everybody for doing that. That's very kind of you. And sadly I don't schedule, you know, I don't know, I stream when I feel like it. I was messing up with the bus and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a couple of journeys, let's stream it. So I don't schedule it, so it's probably difficult to keep track about when I'm actually on anyway. But yeah, as you can see here with the Tobii Eye Tracker, I can move left, right, up and down, but I can't move forward and backwards, which is one thing that I do miss with TrackIR. I might actually go back to TrackIR. I'm not sure, because again, I know when you're watching, you don't want too much sudden movements. I know I used to get motion sick if somebody had TrackIR on and it was just set badly, but I think this is fairly smooth. So right out the box, Tobii Eye Tracker actually does a really nice job of making the whole thing smooth, I think. But I enjoy it. I'm enjoying using it. Keep on coming in, guys. You've all got your tickets, I trust you. I'm rather enjoying this early morning run without all the traffic. And really starting to get feel back for driving the bus again. So one thing about TrackIR is, like I said, I know that there are, you can actually set it up the way that you want, but you know, again, I think they've done a really nice job of making the movements smooth here and not too jarring. Okay, let's change it to green, we're good. And I've forgotten again to look for the speed limits, so sadly I need to keep looking down at the GPS to tell me. Alright, we're in a 50. Keep up with the policeman and I should be good. Absolutely. But yeah, to go back to the music, see, I enjoy just listening to the simulator as it is, you know. The bus rolling around, all the noises that you would normally hear on a bus, cell phones going off, people talking. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And one thing that I mentioned yesterday when I was streaming this is that I really hope they finish this. I hope they get it out with maybe longer routes around Berlin. But yeah, today, Tobii Eye Tracker, thank you. You're doing a fine job here. Tomorrow, I might actually try TrackIR again. But I think, you know, for the moment, I can see the dash fine enough to actually read the speed that we're doing. And I don't really need much more than that. And I know it once we're moving. And I've got a button that sets me to go and have a look. Oh, we're turning here. Right. Nice and steady here, Seamus. And yes, I'm using the right wing mirror and it looks like I cleared it, and that doesn't happen often. And we got a left after this as well, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, the GPS has shown that. Okay. Right, this one is a little bit more difficult. Hey. Okay, every time I get rather smug, I normally run into something. Let's try not do that now. But yeah, so we're, as I said earlier, we're in version 1.9 public release, because 1.10 the buttons weren't working for me. So yeah, this seems to be the stable one at the moment, and I'll probably wait until stable version 1.10 comes out. She's not getting on. I'm ahead of schedule. No, I'm not. It's just about to say I'm ahead of schedule. Yeah. Okay. So what have we got? Arrive. Oh yeah, arrive at 4:55. We've got 2 kilometers to go. And the time is now 5:54. 4:54. Yeah. You know, I don't mind being a couple of minutes out. Rolly Mal, good day Seamus, how are you doing, mate? Yeah, Rolly, you know what, my friend, I am so sorry I keep missing your streams, mate. It's I do apologise. You're kind enough to stop by and say hello, and I see you streaming, and then I'm going, there's just too many people I follow. But I really appreciate you stopping by to say hello, mate. It's very kind of you. Yeah, so I'm back in the bus again, mate. The last time you saw me streaming the bus was version 1.3. We're now at version 1.9. 1.10 if it was beta, but 1.10 isn't working for me. So what speed are we doing? 50. Okay. Oh, red light. Oh. That is not how you stop. Right, can I see a red light anywhere? No, I can't. I'm going to have to jump outside here. See if this button works. Ah, okay, my keyboard's... Oh, that is working. Rolling Malsey, that's okay, I know what you mean. Yeah. Oh, no, they stopped because... Yeah, they stopped because I'm halfway across the road. Sorry about that, lady. Too busy lollygagging, as you say. Oh, she made it across on her cell phone. Alright, back in the cab. Oh, I think somebody just patted me on the horn there, actually. But yeah, it's still in Berlin, mate. This entire bus simulator is all based around Berlin. I really think that that this could be the new OMSI, and I know I'm repeating what I said 6 months ago, but OMSI is a cracking bus simulator, and it's got a huge following. But sadly, either one or both the developers moved on to other things, and it doesn't get developed as much as it, you know, as if they had full-time developers on it. But I would really love to see this get extra routes added, or who knows, even Euro Truck Simulator. But you know what? Again, again, it's a case of we want everything all in one simulator, don't we? Red light. Oh, brakes! Oh, dear me! Oh dear! I felt that. Oh dear! Wipes the sweat off. I'm turning left as well. I should have remembered this, but I'm glad I saw it now, because in this game the entire map is there, but there's certain areas on it you can't go. So sometimes if you lose track of where you're supposed to be going, you can see the map because the AI traffic comes through it, but you're not allowed to drive through it yourself. But yeah, Rolly Mal, it's yeah, my first day trying out Tobii Eye Tracker. It's smooth, I'll say that. You know, there's nothing too jarring, so hopefully nobody's getting motion sick watching this. But I get it's I wish it had forward and backward movement. Wish it had the forward and back movement. Oh, I was in the right lane. Hey, go figure. I didn't even know it. Right, so what about time-wise? Oh, arrive at 4:55 and it's already 4:58. So the schedule, I think, is a little bit too brutal time-wise. There's nothing on the road and I'm already late. Or am I misreading that? I guess I really should be paying attention to the traffic, actually. Oh, and cars in front. Oh dear. Just give me a, make me sweat here a wee bit. Yeah, nah, that's fine. You can get another car through there, plenty of space. There we go. Yeah, the last thing you want to hear when a guy's driving a truck, or a girl's driving a truck, is them screaming, "Please stop," which I tend to do quite a lot, actually. Alright, so we're in a 50, okay, and we're doing approximately 50 red light. Oh my word. Yes. The strange thing is that you can't really... I don't know, the lights don't jump out at you as well as they do in real life. And that's my excuse, I'm going to stick to it, actually. But yeah, we've got a fair few passengers on here, which really surprises me every time we do this. Yeah, and that's another thing that they've done with this update. I'm saying this update, and recent updates since version 1.3, is you can tell it how many paying passengers want. You can change the amount of traffic. But I mean, I've got to say, I like the way it is at the moment. You know, it's like any simulator, you don't want to change too many things at once. Except that cell phone I would throw out the window. Answer it, will you? There we go. I can't imagine being a bus driver for 8 hours listening to cell phones going off all the time. Right, green light, let's go. Who knows, maybe they'll get off at the next bus stop. Right, so we're 5 minutes behind now. Which I really struggle to believe. My driving is never that bad. Mind you, I'm really pleased that I haven't run into... Oh, stop, Seamus. I'm really surprised I haven't run into anything yet. So, okay, you want a ticket. I think there's another light that I haven't turned on as well. Single AB. I think there's a door light I need to go check, actually. Single ticket AB. Alright. Where is it? Activate automatic cab light at bus stop. Maybe that's it. Let's try it and see, I guess. Okay, shut the doors. Running late. I got places to go and people to see, as they say. But yesterday was the first time I'd actually been in the bus in a good 6 months, and it really felt weird. I repeat myself a lot. It was a bit like jumping on a motorbike again if you haven't driven it for a long time. It felt very, very strange. And again, not having the ability to even look at the mirrors there. Looking at either side of the vehicle was a little bit difficult too. And then I couldn't, because I've moved myself so far back, I couldn't read the speedometer. But it's like any simulator, isn't it? You tweak it to the way that you want it. Oh, green light. Yeah, that's why I'm running late. So I got, oh, there we go. Only got 500 meters and I got 4 minutes to get there. So yeah, I think the timetable is a little bit wonky, shall we say. But hey, it's working in my favour at the moment. Strange that it's strange that I don't remember a lot of this. I remember some of it. I'm sure I'll get back into the swing of things. Oh yeah, I remember this one. I remember this one. Because I remember once I tried to go on the right hand side where the trams go. Or not the trams, that red line I think is a pedestrian path or cycle path. So I remember trying to do that once. Alright people, let's get you on board. Yeah, and see it says departure now 4:56. So it's gone back to being wonky again. But I'm fine with that for now anyway. So I hope that the day's treating you all well. It's only 5 o'clock in the afternoon here where I am. I've been outside. I was going to actually go to the bookstore today, but never made it. That's my usual Sunday trip, to be honest, to go out, grab some coffee, grab some books, have a sandwich to eat, but never made it today. Alright, and this is one of my pet hate corners, actually. Normally because I take it too quick. There we go. There we go, made it. Nice. Don't know why I'm complimenting my own driving.
Robert Kochplatz.
And here we have Night Zep. How are you doing, buddy? Yeah, there's more than me today, so yeah. And I'm actually using Tobii Eye Tracker as well. So I thought, you know what? Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Because one of the problems that I had was not being able to see where the edge of the vehicle was. And I couldn't get Tobii Eye Tracker to work, and I mentioned that on the stream yesterday. But you know what? That was my own fault. One thing I did not realise is... Yep. One thing I didn't realise is when you change screens, you have to recalibrate Tobii Eye Tracker for that screen. So yeah, it's working okay, and hopefully not too jarring for anybody that's watching. Just wish I had time. Wish I had time to get out and smell the roses, have a look round. Seems to be a bit of a mad panic dash here, but definitely feel a lot more comfortable driving than I did yesterday. No, I'm sure there's a door light. I thought I turned it on actually. I can worry about it later. Yeah, there has to be a door light. But you know what, that wasn't working yesterday when I was using the 1.10 version. So I probably forgot all about it. Just need to set up some buttons, I guess, and I'm speeding. I know at one point along here there is a speed camera. I don't know if they actually have it implemented or not. Yeah. I would have got one by now. I'm doing 40 kilometers an hour here.
Marschallbrücke.
So what have we got time-wise? You see what I mean? I'm saying you see what I mean all the time, as though you can see what I mean, which you can't. The time there, it says arrival 5:01 and I'm 5 minutes behind. And I really don't think my driving was that slow. Isn't that famous last words from any driver? How can it be my driving? Oh dear, never mind. My aim for this journey is to not lose any wing mirrors. So let me put this on full beam, and you'll see what I'm... There again with that phrase, you see what I mean. You can probably see that it's not really that good. It doesn't... It's definitely not Euro Truck Simulator lighting, is it? But again, you know, that's probably being hypercritical because this is still early release, it's early access. And I know when it's raining, it's really difficult to actually see. But I'm sure I've got a door light I haven't turned on, but I'll check that later. For now, I want to try and catch up on time. Right, we're in a 50. When I was talking to a lady streamer who was living in Germany, I think she said that the trick is to assume it's 50 unless you see signs saying otherwise. And my problem is I keep missing all the signs. So I have to keep looking down at the GPS all the time. Yeah, you see there with that little dash sign across the road there on the left, that means you can't go that way. So that's why when you get lost, it's difficult to turn around. The dark patches are too dark. Yeah, I tend to agree, Night Zep, because again, that's main beam, and it really is not lighting up that far ahead. It's a minor gripe, you know, it's not...
S- und U-Bahnhof Brandenburger Tor.
Sorry about the flashing, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, that's really the point I was making. But you know what? I need to turn left here as well. I'm going to have a look at the settings. It could be the fact that I got the brilliance settings too low or something, but that's all good. Or maybe even the contrast, perhaps. I mean, so far everything that's been wrong with this has been my own doing. So I have I have a feeling it could also be my own doing. But yeah, I see we've got a few more people in the watching the stream at the moment, so thank you. Appreciate you stopping by. We're on version 1.9 public release of TheBus, and the reason we went there is because 1.10 wasn't the buttons weren't working properly, and yeah. So NightZip said, "Do you have a NVIDIA card?" Yes, I do, sir. Yeah, it's a GTX 1080 Ti. Oh, one person. Right, hurry up and get on. Oh, never opened the door. Okay. Yep, we're good. Do you ever get the feeling I'm in a hurry here? Right, so arrive at 5:09, so we're... Yeah. I think my customer care here leaves a wee bit to be desired. I sort of floor it as soon as I shut the doors rather than waiting on them sitting down. I've got their money, they're on my bus. Green light, we're good. And I just saw that at the last minute.
Unter den Linden, Friedrichstraße.
Friedrichstraße, yeah. Yeah, I have a feeling it's some settings that I need to change there, NightZap. It usually is, isn't it, you know? You could use the before overlay to tweak the graphics. Before overlay? I'm not following NightZap. Oh, you mean like a Steam overlay? There's an overlay within the NVIDIA. You know, I've never used that. Oh, GeForce. Ah, right. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so it's similar to the Steam overlay. Why is that? Oh, there's somebody crossing the road. I think it's an ambulance. I was just going to see, why is the ambulance stopped? Yeah, you know what? That's a good call there. I might try that actually, mate. Because I actually never like overlays too much. I generally turn them off all the time, and but yeah, that's a good call. I'll definitely try that. Get on my bus, give me your money. Right. Okay, what have we got? Single ticket A, B, C zone. Ah, we're good to go. So what do you think, NightZap? I appreciate you hanging around here for a wee bit to keep you company. Do you think this movement with the eye tracker is fairly smooth? It's not too jarring for you watching it? And the light's just a bit change. I think I could see a light. No, what can I see? Oh, the road's changing lanes there. It's, or not changing lanes, turning. Bear with me now, let me get round this corner. Right, light's green. Let's hit the accelerator. Priority road means nothing, but let's do it anyway. Okay, and it was a green light. No smoothing enough. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've got no control over it, and but it does seem fairly smooth. So I'm quite happy to use this just so that I can see the right and left wing mirror. We need a counter actually. We need a counter to see how many times I've said wing mirror on this trip today. Wing mirror. But really the settings that I've got this on is the same settings that I had on last year. Except of course with the updates that I keep getting. But yeah, I take your point there, NightZip. Really, it does look rather dark, doesn't it? That's a very, very valid point. Yeah, even with all this lighting, it's hard to see the road. Right, red light ahead. Okay. So Nipe said, Night Zep said, I found eye tracking useful in ETS. Yeah, and you know, I've got TrackIR, which I really, really like. It's just the fact that you either need a cable or a rechargeable. I've got a rechargeable, I think they're infrared LEDs. I've got a rechargeable version that just clips onto your hat, onto your headphones. But again, it's something else that I keep knocking into. But you can go backwards and forwards, which I really like. And you can set up different profiles. Whereas this one, it's the game is basically the game is either set or it isn't. And for those that aren't set up within the game itself, you've got limited control over some of the motion on it. But again, you don't have the six. Hang on, let me get this door open. You don't have the six axes. He wants a ticket. You can always tell. They just walk right for you. Okay. But yeah, I plan on using the Tobii Eye Tracker a bit more actually. Because really for trucking, it's the same sort of thing as driving the bus. You need to see your wing mirrors. Also you need to be able to see out the junction, you know, looking left and right, but which for me, that's about as far, yeah, that's as far left as I can look actually. I can't look any further left.
S- und U-Bahnhof Alexanderplatz, Memhardstraße.
And here we are at Alexanderplatz. This brings back memories. Night Zip says, too complicated for me. I use one that uses my cam, very uncomplicated. And King Cobra, a bus simulator, fantastic. You know how many people say that, King Cobra? That they don't even realise that there are bus simulators out there. Yeah, this is what started me streaming in April last year, mate. TheBus. And it's called TheBus, based out of Berlin. But yeah, I was just telling Night Zip there that I've got Tobii Eye Tracker on it for the first time, just to allow me to zoom in a wee bit so I can see the speedometer, which I'm trying to stick to. But at least then I can still see my wing mirrors to actually find out where the edge of the vehicle is. But thanks very much for stopping by, mate. It's very kind of you. And this is the end of the line, actually. Yeah, my buttons ain't working. Come on, button. There we go. But, oh, that's rather abrupt. Yeah, there was none of this congratulations, but then again, it's a bus route, and you're expected to actually finish the route. I would have thought it would have said something. You know, like, well done, or great driving, or something. Thank you for the stream. Yeah, something. I'm actually going to do another one. Well, actually, I've finished this route. I might actually, how we for time? You know what? Yeah, I think I might call it a day, actually. I might call it a day. Because again, really, this was to test things out. And I think, other than my constant bad driving, I think we're good to go, actually. But thanks, everyone. It's nice to have a few people out there chatting away, and it's very kind of you. As I said earlier, King Cobra, is a lot more people seem to watch the stream after I finish streaming than they do while I'm live. And that's my own fault because I don't schedule. I just show up whenever I feel like it and stream away. But thanks very much, everybody. I really appreciate it. So take care for now, guys and girls, and I'll catch you on the next one, which, you know what? It's probably going to be the bus again. Take care now, and bye-bye for now.
Simple, dear. I'll still be here when you're gone. You gather souvenirs, but I will never be your pawn. Your pawn. Your pawn. My love was in ever again. I lay with My love